Sup YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here, and this is episode 25, and this time we're gonna take a look at Kyurem from the Noble Victory set. Let's begin with the card itself. When you look at it, you'll definitely recognize Zekrom and Reshiram, just because it has the same massive HP of 130 for a basic, and its first attack is also called Outrage, and it does the exact same thing as the other dragons, meaning 20 damage plus 10 more for each damage counter on this Pokemon, so that alone would make it a really playable card, but there's more! This dragon also has a second attack called Glaciate, and that attack is really huge actually. I'll explain why. It states this attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, which means for just 2 water and a colorless energy, this Pokemon can deal a maximum of 180 damage spread out over all your opponent's Pokemon. Also, this Pokemon counts as a water type Pokemon, which makes it a pretty good counter against Reshiram, and its weakness is Metal, which is way better than the usual lightning weakness of a water-based Pokemon card. So, in which decks could Kyurem find a spot? Well, in each deck that uses Reunitless, it'll be really good because you can set him up to do his attack Outrage just like he did with Zekrom or Reshiram, just put all the damage on Kyurem. Next up are decks that snipe a lot. You can make a deck like with Kingdra Prime to damage the bench even more, because Kingdra Prime can drop 1 damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon each turn, and this can really stack up if you're setting up more Kyurems on the bench and keep using Glaciate together with Spray Splash, which will resolve into sweeping the entire bench of your opponent. And with Catcher at your disposal, you can choose which Pokemon are on the bench too, so that's pretty powerful indeed. But the downside is being slow, because giving 2 water energies and a colorless energy usually takes up 3 turns, but there are cards out there that can speed up this process, like with Feraligatr Prime, because this Pokemon has a Poké Power that states, as often as you like during your turn, you may attach a water energy from your hand to one of your water Pokemon. So this is a really nice speed up indeed. I suggest running a bunch of Feraligatrs together with Kyurem and Kingdra in one deck, because they're really easy to use. They're all water Pokemon, which will make it easy to give them the water energies they need. You can also use Kingdra to be a fast attacker. It can deal 60 damage for a single water energy, while you're setting up Kyurems on the bench to finish the job. Now you may think, wait, all water Pokemon in one deck, doesn't that make you weak against grass decks? Well, actually no, because grass decks aren't played that much in tournaments in this format, and most of them don't have the resistance to water. And the good thing is that you can forget your weakness, because you have 3 different weaknesses, meaning Kyurem is weak to Metal, Kingdra is weak to Lightning, and Feraligatr is weak to Grass. And even if you're up against a Pokemon that has resistance to water or something like that, you can easily capture them and put them on the bench, and then use Kyurem's Glaciate attack, because that attack isn't affected by resistance or weakness when the Pokemon are on the bench. And that's it for this week's deck analysis. Now to Poké News. First up is news about our new set, Next Destinies, which is set to be released on February 8th. On this picture you'll see the design of a preliminary product, and they specifically say that Mewtwo EX, Reshiram EX, and Zekrom EX will be included in this set, and those will definitely have a full art version, and that's pretty epic news indeed. Also, the new set will feature over 100 cards, and the new EX logo on the cards will be capitalized, meaning the EX will finally be placed on the cards the way it's meant to be. But those are just some small details, nobody really cares about that. Anyway, next up on my list is another EX card. On a new commercial in Japan, they showed the viewers an awesome new card, Entei EX, and again the artwork on these new cards is simply outstanding. Aside from that, Entei EX has a ton of HP, 180 to be exact, so these EX cards will definitely shake up the format, which is a good thing. Now to Entei's first attack, called Fire Fang. It's just a regular attack that deals 30 damage for fire and a colorless energy, nothing that special, but it burns your opponent's active Pokemon though, so yeah, just a regular attack. But the second attack is pretty interesting. It deals 90 damage for 2 fire and a colorless energy, but there's a sweet effect on this attack. It states, attach a fire energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon, which makes it very consistent to build up benched Pokemon. And this card will probably be used in a combination with Reshiram EX. The bad thing though is that its retreat cost is 3, which is kind of bad, but still it's a nice card to check out. And here are some more cards from the newest Japanese set, Dark Rush, but we'll check out those when the set is completely leaked on the internet, when we can check out the entire set, stuff like that. And yeah, that's it for this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you'll get the chance at the end of the video. That way you'll stay tuned for the next episode. This was ZapdosTCG. Thanks again for watching. Till next time.